Oh, hello there. We need to talk about some things. So I'm going to start it off.
I just be one piece, and if I gotta headbutt you to get it, whoop-de-doo. Why ain't you?
We don't take an oath to a country. We don't take an oath to a tribe. We don't take an oath to a religion. We don't take an oath to a king or a queen or to a tyrant or a dictator. And we don't take an oath to a wannabe dictator.
Check this out. I want to talk about birthright citizenship. Okay. What does that mean? Read as follows. So I feel here we're walking on some very shaky ground here. Okay. Now, I'm definitely a firm believer in rules, regulations, and guidance and things like that kind of are in place now for us to live civilly, freely. But things are getting too out of control. I'm just going to say they're out of control, right? Okay, so who makes the federal laws? Congress. Who enforces the laws? The president. Who oversees those laws to make sure the laws follow what? The Constitution. That's the Supreme Court. Now, we're crossing over lines here because we're talking about laws. So you've heard of maritime law, common law. Everybody's all jazzed because supposedly we're under maritime law, but guess what? We were under common law, which is a law from England, from the king. Under common law, it says that if you were born here, you are a citizen automatically. And then we get into the yada, 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 blue, blah, blah. Morally, it's wrong to snatch children that were born here, take away their rights as a legit citizen, because they were born here under the laws. Did you know that there was 8 times precedent that people like Winston Churchill that were not from here got an honorable citizenship? Honorable. That means, hey, freebie, here you go. You don't even have to take the citizenship test or nothing. It's yours. Now, the children are our future. And if they are not protected under the rights granted by us by the Constitution, then what do we have? We have a circus, a shit show. So check this out. It is my opinion, and I'm free to speak this, that I think that the reach of the president is too much. Because he's only supposed to oversee the laws to make sure that they are enforced, not make them. And if he does by executive order, which this is what I have a problem with, the executive order, because it obviously bypasses all of the systems that we have in place. Now we're looking at a dictatorship. Not saying that he is, but it just overrides the other 2 branches of government by making an executive order. Now, the Supreme Court can step in on these executive orders like they are with the birthright citizenship that somebody wants to revoke, which if you do, and supposedly you and I could possibly lose our rights as citizens. I think it was back in 1884. Could be wrong on the date. Don't quote me. Did you know the Supreme Court denied African American citizenship? What? Including the Native Americans. Denied them birthright citizenship. What does naturalization mean? Look it up. Because that's under the clause 2. So, an executive order is supposed to be limited, very limited. It's not about making an executive order to make a rule or law about autism, because it has nothing to do with legal federal laws. It has nothing to do with it. It's like medical. It has nothing to do with it. So to me, that's already abuse of power. And now to challenge what has been held as our basis and foundation of our rights is being marginalized. And so now the Supreme Court can step in, because if the executive order is not following the guidelines or precedent of the Constitution, that's when the justice system steps in. Those are the overseers to make sure that the rules and regulations are followed by what? The Constitution. And birthright citizenship falls under that category. So the nerve, the audacity to just willy-nilly get your pen and start doing shit to like make this like crypto money? No. No. We're not doing all these, let me just get my pen and start making shit. Because Congress is the only one that makes the laws. So if you're going to step in and execute your opinions, your directive, your motivation, and your goals, not for the will of the people, because if you're going to take away birthright citizenship for aliens, then that's dangerous lines, because we've always known that the way they write these bills and throw in their little pork ends and pork rinds and all their little, nobody's going to read 1,500 pages of a law. How does that affect the citizens that have already have this right now? It changes it. Because if there's no more birthright citizenship, there's no more protections under the 14th Amendment. And that is big. And Heavenly Father, I pray for you right now that the Supreme Court justices hear me and strike this down with a quickness. Because there's only a couple case laws to say that it was overridden. And didn't go in favor of the people that were in question for birthright citizenship. So people, it's early, so I didn't put all my words exactly, executively, professionally the way I wanted it to. This is just a short gist of the story. But you better pull your head out of your ass, because things are happening that you are oblivious to. Why? Because you're doom scrolling, and the distractions that they had set upon you are interfering with your cognitive behavior, your rational, logical thinking, and you're not even aware that your rights as a natural born citizen are under fire.